Senator Graham, welcome back to Meet the Press.
Happy holiday.
Let's start with the border negotiations.
Okay.
There is so much focus on that. You have been
Right.
so focused on that. Can you bring us up to speed? What's the very latest? Do you think there's going to be a deal before the new year?
No, I think this will go into next year. I've been talking to the people at the table. The White House got engaged 5 days ago. They sent over a supplemental with border security provisions that did nothing to change policy. We've been talking to them since September. 5 days ago, they finally said at this table, Senator Lankford's doing a good job. The bottom line here is we feel like we're being jammed. We're not anywhere close to a deal. It'll go into next year. And let me tell you why it's important to get a good border security deal. What Congressman Castro said was pretty offensive. According to the FBI director last week, he's never seen more threats to the homeland than he does today. Wherever he looks, he sees blinking lights. The border has been obliterated since January 21 till now. We've had 6 million people come to date. There are 3.6 million on schedule to come this year alone. The policy choices of the Biden administration has made the border a dangerous place to come to. America is under threat, according to the FBI director, since October the 7th. Jihadist groups want to attack us because we're helping Israel. I've never been more worried about a 9/11 than I am right now, and our border has been obliterated, and we're not going to give in on some Band-Aid fix.
I want to talk about the proposals that are under discussion, but just to be very clear, you say you're not close to a deal. But it sounds like there has been some measured progress, both sides are coming closer together. How would you characterize that progress?
Oh, the only way we're ever going to get a secure border is we got to make them do things they don't want to do, but they're getting there. It was a choice by the Biden administration to change policy. It led to this debacle. But there is progress on asylum. There's a ways to go on parole. You tell me Ukraine's important, I agree with you. To all the national security experts, when you say if we don't help Ukraine, they could lose and the world would fall into chaos, Putin will keep going, I agree with you. But if you're a national security expert, you should have the same energy and vigor to fix a broken border.
And of course, the Biden administration has argued there are a complex set of factors which have led to the migrants who are crossing the border.
I don't buy that.
Let me ask you,
can I just comment on that? You chose to undo Trump policies. You gave in to people like Mr. Castro. You've created a nightmare. It's bitten you in the ass, and you need to change policy. This is not unseen factors. This is a policy choice that's led to the border being obliterated, and we're not going to take a Band-Aid approach as a solution.
Let me ask you, because Democrats are always also saying that what you are proposing would effectively shut down the border to families who are seeking asylum, who are running for their lives, Senator. What do you say to that criticism?
I would say asylum is being gamed. They're playing. Remember the guy who said, thank you, President Biden, went to New York? He says, I'm not here to leave oppression. I'm here to have a better life. Under the Biden administration, the asylum system has become a joke.
But Senator, just very quickly, would these proposals effectively shut down the border to asylum seekers, to people who are running for their lives?
90% of the people who claim asylum are denied. So they're coming here for economic opportunity, not fleeing oppression. Under international law, you're supposed to apply for asylum in the first safe third country. 70% of the people would be denied asylum under international law, but Biden chooses to ignore the law. This is not people running for their lives. They're running here because the border is wide open. They think if they get here and make an asylum claim, they never leave.
And of course, the administration's argument is that they are trying to have tougher protections at the border while also trying to have a humane response to those who want to get here.
11,000 people Friday.
Let me ask you about Ukraine, because you just mentioned Ukraine as well. Obviously, if you break through this logjam at the border, you get a deal on Ukraine as well. The last time you were on this program, here's what you said about the need to fund Ukraine. Take a look.
To my House colleagues, if you strip out Ukrainian aid, Russia will keep going. There will eventually be a war between NATO and Russia, and it will be a green light to China to invade Taiwan.
Senator, this week you said, quote, I'm more worried about our border than Ukraine, 100%. If you don't get a deal on the border, are you willing to walk away from aid to Ukraine, or is that not still essential?
I am willing to help Ukraine. The package sent over by the president was pretty robust. The package sent over by the president to help Israel, I'm 100% for. The package sent over in September to help Taiwan, count me in. The border provisions sent over in September are a joke. October the 7th is a game changer. The FBI director said he's never seen more threats to the homeland than he does now. We're helping Israel, and jihadist groups want to hit us to punish us for helping Israel. I will not help Ukraine, Taiwan, or Israel until we secure a border that's been obliterated. You see from Mr. Castro, Congressman Castro, the attitude here. Anybody who wants to secure the border is a racist. That's BS.
Well, let me just get your sense on how critical Ukraine is, though. Do you still see getting aid to Ukraine as critical to U.S. national security?
Let me tell you what will happen if we pull the plug on Ukraine. Putin will keep going. We'll be in a war with NATO. China will see that as a green light to go into Taiwan. It would be a national security nightmare for Europe. If you don't help Israel destroy Hamas, if Hamas is still standing when this is over, God help us all. I get everything. Now, where are the same people lecturing me about Ukraine on our border? Our border is a national security nightmare. They chose bad policies. It's bit them in the ass, and we're not going to continue these stupid policies. We're going to change them.
Very quickly, do you think what is under discussion right now in the Senate can get through the House, where they're asking for some even tougher measures?
If we make asylum really asylum, if we enforce international law and stop blanket parole, yes, I think it will get through. There will be some people in the House who will never vote for your Ukraine package, but if you have real border security, and I'm not asking for H.R. 2, I've been doing this for 20 years. I know what works and what doesn't. They have made policy choices to obliterate the border. They need to reverse these policy choices. Yes, the package can get through the House if it has real border security.